Oh, don't do that.
Hello, Biology B students. This is Mr. Goyette with National University Academy. Please take your time, watch this video carefully, take some notes, note the page numbers, and as we mention them, open the book to those pages, pause the video if you need to, and take notes as we go. Some of the information here that you'll need to know for your exams and for your discussions will not be in our discussion here. It will require that you go to the book to actually get the definition. So use your textbook as we give you the information here. So we're going to start off with going over some information you'll need to know for the second assessment for the Biology Unit 8. And William's going to start things off. He's going to talk to us about, what's our first topic today? Flying insects. So William.
Hello. Flying insects. They can be found on page 678, and their main goal in life is to fly around searching for food, objects, take back their nest, and patrolling their surface environment, because you don't want like other insects taking their stuff.
Good point, Will. And what you're saying there, of course, is that flying insects, because they have wings, can do what are the things that they can do primarily? They
can fly around, search for food, look for objects for their nest, and patrol their environment.
Good. Okay.
Number 2, which is on page 914, is concentration of urine, which in an organism depends on their environment.
And that makes sense if you think about it, Will. Because if you're in an environment where the animal's going to be eating in a very arid environment, the concentration of uric acid, the concentration of certain elements in that urine is going to depend on what that animal eats. So if the animal's ingesting a lot of water, it's that urine's going to be diluted of some of those chemicals, while in other places the urine is going to be concentrated and more yellowish color. Megan's going to pick these things up with pick up our next topic with placental mammals.
All right, the page number to review this on is page 810, and placenta mammals, remember, they carry nutrition and removes waste from the embryo.
You got it.
During development.
Right. So if you think about it, Megan, if the placenta think of it as a cord that will go into the uterus, and then as the baby is developing from zygote to later the baby, the placenta is going to deliver the nutrients and carry out the waste. So it's the lifeline to the baby as it develops.
And then number 4, the appendicular skeleton. You can review that on page 850. Remember, a person with a broken pelvic girdle will not be able to walk.
Right. So if you could think of where your hips are, if you feel where your pants come together by your belt. Oh wait, some of us don't wear belts.
I have a belt.
If you feel where your just above your hips are touching your skin there, that's kind of the top of the pelvic girdle that goes down. And you can review that on page 850. Christian is going to help us out next. Thank you, Megan. He's going to tell us a little bit about the stomach. Christian, what do we need to know about the stomach?
How y'all doing? The stomach is for preventing infection. You can review this on page 907. And the Steele-Miller experiment simulated an atmospheric composition that produced different organic compounds. You can review this on page 254.
Good job, Professor. And of course, with the stomach, you remember that the stomach's producing acids, and these acids not only aid in digestion, but if you think about it, acids provide for a caustic, acidic environment, and that's going to kill off organisms in your stomach that you don't want there that would otherwise make you sick or make you ill. So in that sense, what you want to remember is that the stomach both mechanically breaks down food and chemically with the acids unravels and breaks down proteins. And while it's doing this, it's also going to kill off some of those bacteria and other things that would otherwise be harmful to us. Certain things like E. coli are more resilient, and people do die from things like bovine spongiform encephalitis and E. coli, which could kill people. The next topic, we're going to go with little information about the the phylogenetic tree, and William's going to help us out with that one.
The polygenetic tree can be found on page 602, and you gotta look for the definition of this word right here.
Glycodon.
The glycodon.
And this should be a phylogenetic tree.
Oh,
page.
phylogenetic tree. Mr. G's typo there. Number 8, prokaryotes. You gotta go to page 57 first, then you gotta jump all the way to page 415, and you gotta look for archaebacteria and eubacteria.
Yeah, well, as you're doing that, of course, note that you have to understand what the definition of prokaryote is first. Once you do that, then you're going to go over to page 415. So you're reviewing what you studied in first semester, because these topics are connected. So please be careful when you do that. What you want to pay close attention to is the fact that, let's see here, that single-celled organisms or prokaryotes lack nucleus and other internal organs or compartments. That's what you're going to look up on page 57, and then pay attention to the definitions on 415 for archaebacteria and eubacteria. Megan's going to go over with us the virus life cycle.
Megan's Law.
For the virus life cycle, you will want to review on page 436. Oh, and then angiosperms, you would want to review on page 514, and make sure to define it. Angiosperms are seed plants and flower plants.
Very good. Thanks, Megan. Yes, so seed plants that flower are angiosperms. And then for the virus life cycle, one of the things that we want to oh man!
Did you turn it off though?
Did you step on the cord? What did you do?
No, it's on. I don't know what. There you go.
Okay. In bacterial viruses, the cycle of viral infection, replication, and cell.
Why is it not turning on?
Do this.
There.
Oh, still going. All right. We thought we completely lost connection. Thanks, Wade. So the bacterial viruses, the cycle of viral infection, replication, and cell distraction is called the lytic cycle. The lytic cycle, Lytic. So you want to look up the lytic cycle on page 436. Next section you want to take a look at is what Christian is going to talk about here. We're going to talk about amphibians and early learning. Christian. And we have just a minute or so left, so wrap it up.
So, the amphibians were the first group of vertebrates to live on land, which appeared about 370 million years ago. Carboniferous period at this time, which began what biologists call the age of amphibians. Lobe-finned fish evolved to amphibians. You could review this at page 718.
Good, yeah, so it's important to note that those lobe-finned fish evolved to create the amphibian. We'll also talk about lungfishes as a link there, modern lungfishes. Baby chicks, when they first hatch, crouch in fear when a leaf flutters overhead. Later they learn to disregard the leaf fluttering. This mode of learning is called imprinting. It's that early form of learning. You know, remember in the textbook, Conrad Lorenz is walking away and he has all the geese behind him. Thank you for reviewing. Talk